There are a few different ways to teach your dog how to walk up a ramp or get on another surface, or this will kind of also give you an overview of shaping and the procedures that I go through. So to get started with Nellie, what I'm going to do is start teaching her that this ramp is a great thing for her to be on. Now Nellie's not afraid of the ramp, so she will actually get up on here on her own. But I'm also going to demonstrate what it would look like if I need to put another surface so the dog gets a little bit more traction or doesn't have the sandpaper feel of the ramp underneath their feet. So when I release Miss Nellie, I'm going to mark, so I'm going to use my clicker. You could also use a word like yes and let her know when she's gotten it right. In the beginning, what I'm going to do is stand on one side of the ramp so that she will hopefully follow me that way. When she investigates, I'm going to click and drop a cookie on there. And then I'll increase my criteria as we go from just investigating, moving head on, feet on, and so on with this. So let me show you what it looks like with Miss Nellie. Are you ready to go, friend? Good girl. Break. Okay. Now Nellie knows the ramp, obviously. So with her, what I would do is send a reset cookie search. So she has to get off to come back on. Click when she's on with all four, search. Now if your dog is hesitant of this, I would do something like this. Catch her before she even gets on. Now if your dog's hesitant, they probably won't get on their own. So of course Nellie knows what this ramp looks like for her. So the next step, if she was this comfortable with the ramp already, would be adding some height to it. So I go from something like maybe a couch cushion or a couple foam pads or whatever you have around the house that's only got maybe 6 to 12 inches. I will put it, make sure it's nice and stable for the dog, and start rewarding them for going up and coming down. As we go, we'll start increasing that height until we get to the height of whatever car we have so that they understand how to go on the thing. Now I'm going to show you what it would look like if I need to use something that is like a yoga mat as a surface. Most of the ramps have that sandpaper grit on them, so I want the dog to understand that regardless of the surface, it means the same thing. So I'm going to do the same concept with this piece of yoga mat. Now this one's cut up, and then we'll keep moving it over until it becomes part of the ramp itself. Again, for Nellie, she doesn't care about the ramp, so this is kind of a poor demonstration, but it'll give you an idea of where I start with her. Ready? Break. So to start, I would send her away. Let her get her cookie and she comes back. Click her for this, right? She's gonna keep going over here because this is where she was last rewarded for. Search. Good. Click when she comes onto this. Search. Send her away. When she comes back on, good girl. Send her away, search. Good. This is going to start teaching the dog how to come onto the ramp without going on at an angle. Search. So I want the dog who doesn't jump on the side of the ramp. That's not going to get anything from me, so I'll send another reset cookie. Search. Good girl. You notice how I'm not cueing her, I'm just marking when she gets it right. Search with my clicker and then rewarding on the mat. Good. As she progresses, I'll move my mat closer and closer to my ramp. Search. Good girl. Hop it up. Thank you. So instead of moving my ramp, I'm just going to moving my mat and move my ramp over a little bit. And do the same thing. I asked you to do something right up there. Yeah, that's it. Good girl. Break. Search. Again, that doesn't get anything, so I'll reset her. Search. That's what gets it. Good girl. Search. Good. Search. And again, we'll just keep moving closer and closer. Hop it up. Thank you. Break. Very much harder because she already likes to ramp. Search. Search. Oh, good catch. Search. Good girl. Search. Good girl. Hop it up. So over time, I would get the dog understanding that you come onto this yoga mat, runner for your rugs or whatever it may be, from one angle and one angle only, from straight on the short end up towards me. As I go, I move it closer and closer to my ramp until I compare them together. I've asked you to do something, thank you. So what I'm gonna do, if this was a bigger yoga mat, for example, which this one obviously isn't, I'd move it close and kind of hang it up over the edge first. The dog's still getting the same idea without actually putting it on here. For this one, we're gonna go right onto it. And I would work from something like this. Hanging kind of off, halfway on, basically all the way on, hanging off. Good girl. Break. Search. Good. Search. Make sure your ramp is not sliding. Good. Search. So you'll notice how she's coming on from one angle instead of hopping onto the side, which is exactly what I want. I don't want this dog hopping up on the side of the ramp. Search. Search. Good girl. Okay, and then what I would do is start adding some height. So let me show you what this is gonna look like. I'm gonna do it a little backwards now because this is actually the side that would go in your car. So I'll have my dog start from this side, or she can come down, good, and drop cookies on the ground. And then maybe I would send a reset cookie over here, search, and then turn around, mark as she walks up, good girl, search, send her off this way, if you can, depending on your setup, push back up, good, click and reward this way, click and reward this way, good, search, getting the dog comfortable with this. Good. Now, of course, as I would go, I'd keep increasing that height. I would probably, if I'm using something super stable, start using some sort of cushion underneath so that it replicates what your car seat is going to feel like for the dog. We don't want to go too far too fast because as we add more pitch to our ramp, our dog's going to probably become a bit more hesitant. But this is the way in which I shape the ramp. Now, we have other options besides shaping as well. We can lure our dog on. So I'll show you with it at this height what a lure is going to look like for my dog. Search. I'm going to have a cookie in my hand. Did you get it? I've got more for you. Hey. Thank you. I've got more. I've got lots more. We don't need that one. Good girl. So I'm going to make it a little magnet on her nose. Lure her right up. Good. And then feed her. Then, if I have room, I'd have her turn around. Oh, no. Can you turn around? There you go. And then lure her down. Good. So she starts understanding. Now with luring, you often get the dog who's really only paying attention to that cookie in your hand instead of what they're really doing. So I don't want that dog to freak out if there's no cookie in your hand. So I really don't use luring from my hand a whole lot for this. I would prefer to shape it and get the dog offering the behavior on themselves. Your other option you have is making a little cookie trail. So that would look something like this. Let's switch over here. Here we go. Sit. Yeah, I know, that's really fun. Come on, let's try that again. I'd asked you to do something over here, actually. Come here. Sit. So get my dog waiting in position. You don't need to move yet. Make a little cookie trail for her. Now these are probably gonna roll all over the place, so I'll kind of smush them on here. Break, get it. So that she has to climb the ramp to get all her cookies. Good, you missed one. You missed two. Can't believe it, now. Good girl. So she went back down on her own to get those other ones, so we could do it the other way too. Come here, kiddo. Thank you. Come here, turn around. Sit. Good. Good girl. Break, get it. Good girl. Now, one thing I do want the dog to start understanding is the word that I pair with this. So for my dogs, they go up and down it on the cue ramp. I don't want my dog to see my ramp and go flying into my car before I've got it stationed and pinch my fingers or pinch their foot. I also don't want my dog to come flying down the ramp until I've told them to. So when I start adding a cue, it's gonna look something like this. Here now, break. I know, come here, sit. Thanks, that's what I asked. Now I'm fairly confident she's gonna go up on this on her own, so I'm gonna say my cue, ramp. Good. Click and reward her behavior, or just give her a couple cookies, turn her around, ramp. Good. Break. Thank you, ramp. Good. The other thing I don't really want is that dog coming down full speed on their shoulders from the end of my ramp. So I'm actually gonna have her kind of stop at the end. So what I will do to do that is drop a cookie right at the end of my ramp. So she understands, then give her a release cue. Ramp. Good. Break. Good girl. Ramp. Good girl. Careful. Let's try that again. Good girl. Can also set a cookie up here. Ramp. Good. Break. Good dog. Getting them understanding how to go up and down their ramp and getting them loving the whole process of this. So you have kind of 3 different options here, plus a few others thrown in there if you want to use toys or something like that. Option 1, which is my preferred, is the shaping method. Getting the dog comfortable, engaging on their own, teaching them how to walk down something else on a straight path with better footing, and adding that onto my actual car ramp over time. Then you've got your lure method. So having a cookie magnet on your dog's nose, which works great for a dog who's really cookie obsessed. For Nellie, it works perfectly until I get rid of a cookie. If I get rid of a cookie with her too quickly, she is gonna fall apart. So I prefer to do shaping with her and with Mango as well. Mango prefers toys over food. Third option is gonna be doing your little treat trail. So getting that lined up so the dog can go eat along their way. Again, that's kind of a luring method, so they're not really thinking about what they're doing typically, but it is a good way to kind of slow them down and really get them thinking about where their feet are. So if you have any questions about starting to teach them how to go up and down your ramp for your car, let me know. Very good girl, break. Thank you, good girl, ramp.